Hi, I got bored and made a game. This isn't my first time using Unity, but it is the first time I've spent over a year on a single project, and honestly, I don't have the results to show for it. But let's see what we have. So to start with, I didn't know what exactly I wanted to make, hence the name of the project, and the first thing I did was create a player. Last time I made one, it was a square, so this time it's a circle. Then I made a simple enemy and a spawner system to go along with it, which clearly works. It might help if I remembered to spawn enemies every second instead of every frame. After fixing that, I added player movement. Trails were a little broken, but that's a future me problem. I also made a firing mechanic, so you can now shoot the enemies. And this is looking awfully similar to the last game I made. But don't worry, the shooting mechanic is completely different. And now it's time to spice things up, with a right click to push away enemies. Although it needed a little bouncing. And now this is how the game currently looks. Not too bad, unlike my aim. Next I made a hurt animation for whenever the player takes damage, and gave the player limited health along with a game over screen. I know, the graphics are fabulous, and now there's an equally pretty main menu to go along with it. Ignore the high score that doesn't work yet. What? The player in my last game also had 3 life points? Not to worry, we can upgrade it in this one. Next I added a timer to keep track of the high score. I also forgot to make it possible to view your HP, so I added that in. Then I decided it was time for a new enemy, and I made this one a different colour. Yes, it's pretty much just a copy and paste with a new size and colour, but what's cool about this one is it breaks down into a red enemy, so now the red enemies can't be mad at me for copying them, although balloons might. I also made the mistake of leaving the editing until 8 months later, so I don't know what this next clip is, probably just me changing the spawner scripts. Definitely wouldn't be the last time. Anyways, I made the collisions more interesting. When enemies of the same tier collide, there's a chance it spawns a stronger enemy, so you're not always safe by just pushing away the enemies, like when I procrastinate making a game. Okay, time for a new enemy because I'm already bored. And what colour will it be? If you guessed green, you're correct. Good job. High tier enemies will break down into low tier enemies, but they're also bigger and slower, which means I'm not copying balloons since they get faster. Never mind. Okay, pop quiz time. What is red, amber and green? That's right, a traffic light. And now we add it to the spawner, just like I did with the last 3 enemies. Should be easy. And it's not working. Let's have a look why. So I fixed that, and look how menacing this thing looks. Maybe it's a bit too fast. You can't even outrun it with the dash. So I nerfed it and got to work on upgrading the shooting particles since they sucked. But you know what else sucked? Your mouse cursor. So I started thinking of crosshair ideas. But let me ask you, have you ever been in a call with some mates and someone asks, what game's everyone on? You might get some answers like Valorant, Minecraft, FIFA, and then there's me, who's on Microsoft Paint.
Changi's painting the solution to all of the world's problems.
No, let's ask him. Changi, what are you painting?
I shall share.
Wait, he's gonna give a screen share.
I am deciding on a crosshair.
Solution to the world's problems in a tag.
So I decided on a crosshair, and it's basically the same as my previous game, but just rotated. But it looks a little nicer than before. And while I was at it, I made a menu cursor as well. Oh, and I also found out if I click undo too many times, Unity crashes and you lose all your progress. And unfortunately it wouldn't be the last time I see this message. On the bright side, I added a new enemy, a super traffic light. I even looked up reference images on Google. The spawner system might need tweaking. So let's go fix that. Hang on. I guess that's our next enemy decided. Who needs ChatGPT when you've got Visual Studio coming up with ideas? So yes, I added Turtle to the game, and for some reason they all spawn with different eyes, probably due to the sorting order of the sprites, but I didn't feel like fixing it, so this bug shall now be called a feature. And so by this point there was a trend for roguelikes, and although I'm quite late to the party, I decided I'm going to try and make one too. So first of all I added an XP system where the player can level up, and with each level you can pick an upgrade which will last for the run. Oh, and I guess you can still move during the upgrade screen. So that's now fixed, and I added some new stats such as a dodge chance, and you can now see your current stats in the upgrade screen, but now the player's broken. Oh, look at all these winter sprites. Maybe I should try finish this for Christmas. Yeah, that's not happening.
What did you say you're on, sorry, Chingy?
Unity.
Is it?
FPS
Oh,
game, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I will scran your penis.
Yes, so let's finish this quickly, is what I decided back in June. I added visual cooldowns to the left and right click, and these can be upgraded during a run. The traffic light speed now scales with its health, and I also added a dash icon. Can't remember why it started spinning though. Then I added one of my favourite parts to the game, deflecting turtles like a Mario shell. Just look at that. And I also made them tougher with 4 hit points. And no, I would never kill a turtle. No turtles were harmed in the making of this game.